Used to have friends, now I got enemies. Used to keep them close. just explain. You're a liar. Oh, okay, that was really quick. So the reason that I'm streaming is I'm doing a challenge called the 100 Days of Game Development, where you have to spend 100 days, not necessarily consecutively, but 100 days within the year or within the whole year making a game. And that includes like from scratch to putting it on itch.io and potentially selling it to people. So like the whole thing. And what I've decided to do for my game is to make a Sokuban style game, which is kind of reminiscent of the Pokemon Move Boulder games, where you would be able to move boulders on the screen, and you had to progress from one side of the play area to the other side, and it looks kind of like this right here. I'll just go ahead and start up what I have so far. It's the 17th day for me since I've been doing it, and yeah, you kind of like push boulders around. That's really it. No, what are your thoughts as I pull up how? What do you mean how? That I'm doing it in my favorite game engine ever, Yugodo. Everyone has been saying that, and I've been telling them, hey, like it's only for an hour a day that I sit down and progress on this. Only an hour. Like I think I spend way more time doing stuff for school than I do on this. And honestly, I think for like 17 days, I haven't really got that far in the game itself. Like you can move stuff around things, and there's two players. So if I connect the other player's controller, there will be two players. Ooh. There we go. So that's really the premise of the whole game. I'm going to try to make it a cooperative style play of game, and like hopefully the actual say I pretty much have most of the mechanics done, and I'll spend the rest of my time, the rest of like the 80 so days, just polishing it to make it look nice, and adding more levels that are like interesting for everybody. But say thanks for dropping by. I did get your message about the. Let's see. Yes, I'm at school. Can you tell where I'm at? Where I'm at? Like, I won't give you a hint because it looks pretty obvious. I found a really nice place for like the lighting, so you can see my face when I feel super frustrated and want to give up. But back to it. So, uh, like before I did start streaming, I did spend 15 minutes kind of making or prototyping a level on paper, or really inside of an Excel sheet. It looks kind of like this, where you have both players on either side of the board. They have to move a crate to to demonstrate, or like that they can move around the field and they can move crates. Then I set up this really simple puzzle that takes both of them to solve. One person on one side has to push their crate to the side, either side works, and the same for the other. And then one of the players will push the crate down, or the other player will push it up. And for them to win, they have to touch each other. That's the only win condition that I have so far. And I went and built this. I have like a little editor going, and I actually took some time to make a JSON loader so I can write all of this information here in a JSON file instead of having to like hard code values into the actual game, or like have to drop them and do some weird Godot logic stuff. I can do it without having to like use very much GD script or the language that they have in there. So that's really what I'm going to be spending my time doing. Of today, I have say until 10 o'clock, and then after that, I'll go ahead and like write like what I thought about it, or I'll try to play test it a little bit to see if I can break it or if anything breaks in between, and like that's really what I do every day. So I have 6 tiles. Let me go ahead and pull up this and have it to the side. So you have player 1 and player 2. They're in the right places on in the corner where I want them. Now I'm gonna go ahead and place all of the bricks. Brick. It is a brick, and oh, let me go ahead and pull up that README. That's where I hide all my enums for each type of tile that I currently have in the game. They're walls. So 0. My bad, I won't call it that. I'll call it a wall. I'll keep calling it brick. I might change it in the code to be brick, but we have one at 6-1. Nice. I'm glad I put that grid the way it is, because for a second I was like, where does it go? 1, 6. Easy. There. I hope this takes longer than I think it's going to. Also, I really thought this was gonna take like an hour, and if it doesn't, I'll know for next time when I'm making a level to just do the whole thing on stream and kind of talk about like the design process, or like what I want the player to do to make it feel like they have to cooperate. Boo. Brick 3. Also, yeah, I'm trying to connect to chat if I've missed any of your messages. See, yeah, Godot does have a JSON reader. Godot does have a JSON, yeah. This is the PAL area on the 2nd floor. Can't you tell by the faces? Have you not? Or I don't know if you can actually see that, but that's okay. It does have a JSON reader. I don't know. I haven't messed too much with JSON myself until I started doing this project, and I didn't realize just how easy it was to like set it up. I think the hardest part was just understanding the syntax that goes beyond it, and like understanding that I could really write any sort of structure, and Godot will convert it into what objects it needs it to. Very much so like we did for game 200. There we go. There. Now I have the chat set up on my phone, so I won't be missing any of your messages. I can respond quicker. Brick 2 is going to be at 3-4. Type already a brick. Okay. 2-5 for 5-2. Maybe I should call them all. Maybe they're not bricks. Maybe none of these are bricks. Make sure my names are right. Wall. Control C. Yeah, Control V. Oh god. That was wrong. Control C. Control V. There we go. I'll say one of the things that I have learned while doing this challenge is that it can sometimes be hard to keep up with documentation while you're trying to like get things working. I've been a little bit better about it, or a lot better about it, since the last time I streamed. I actually dedicated an entire stream just to documenting code, because I felt like I was getting confused like with where my code was going. So I wanted to like I guess go back over it again, and that just caused me to redocument most of my code. Control V. I'm super glad I did it, because now like all of my code looks super neat, and I can tell what's going on, like in my functions and stuff now. Brick, brick, brick. Why did I name it brick? Is it even named brick? Then I just it's an object, and it's called a wall. I almost made a huge typo. Wall. Wall, 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 wall. Okay, cool. Why don't you just, yeah, let's see, why don't I just open Twitch dashboard for chat messages? I wanted to have it on the side so that I could like just glance over to see what people were saying. Yeah. Yes. Otherwise, I would have to like scroll back and forth between Twitch and these other channels that I also have up, and I'm also streaming on. I'd had to switch back and forth, and it just really it really does cut into like the hour that I have. I've already made like multiple comments in my retrospective that I keep not obeying that 1 hour time limit, and I go a few minutes over, and I really want to stick to that 1 hour time limit. Like, if I spend too much time on this and I'm not spending time doing other stuff, and I don't know, it feels like a hole. Like it feels like a black hole, like, that I get myself into. I'm like, oh, I want to fix this. Oh, I think I can make this really quick. Like, I'm giving myself clear, concrete goals of things to do for an hour, and I am determined to stick to that 1 hour time limit. Okay. I'll say wall, cool. 5-2, and then 6-1. I'll go ahead and load that up to see if those got placed right. Let's go ahead and start the game. Okay, yep, that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna place one right here, or I'm gonna leave that gap open and get rid of this one and start placing them along this side. Bring back up this. Oh, the wrong thing. Okay, we have a wall at 5-4. And one at 6-4. And I guess why did that work? Why did it read that JSON? Or I have like a JSON syntax thing, and it'll, I guess, beep at me. It'll tell me when like I have the object setter is the same name, or if I'm like doing my syntax wrong. And I thought having a comma at the end with no other object behind it would make it flag or something. So that's a little concerning. Wall 6, wall 5, 7. Yeah. Okay. Cool. They're just matching. Yeah. I'll just name you wall 1 for clarity. We need one at 8-4 and one at 9-4. I wonder if this is what our designers felt like when they were making levels. This just takes time. I'm glad I like set this up so that like I can prototype random levels whenever I felt like, or like had this base to go off of. Cause woof. I had a thought today. I'm like, you know, I could just randomly generate levels. I'm a programmer and I feel kind of lazy about making these. Wall 9. Yep, we'll start there at 14.1. And make I could really like brute force and finding good levels by giving requirements that both players like in a solution both players have to have over a certain number of moves in the solution, and to omit any levels that can be solved when only one player moves, or like or when when either player has a minimum number of moves. I started thinking about that. And I feel like that would create quite a few levels, but I also wanted to give my hand at just me trying to make some of my own levels. Yeah, to see like what I could come up with. So that's 12.3. And then this will also give me a chance to like test out some of my error code, and that prevents blocks from being placed on each other. I want to see if it gives me like enough information to figure out what block I was trying to place where, like where my duplicates are. 12.1. Okay, 11.4. There. Tile 12, wall 12. Let's see, actually, I have a player 1 and player 2. Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm like, why are these... It felt kind of weird in my head that the numbers for the tile and the wall were matching up. Like, that's not normally the case with anything that's incremental, but I'm just crazy. 10.5. Okay, this one's gonna be 9.6. $14. It's gonna be 8.7. All right, get rid of that. Let's see what this makes. Let's go load up that level. Those got placed all over the place. What did I do wrong? Look at that. That's what happens when you hard code values. I got some weird values here, and it's like everything got placed right, and I know that's wrong. This all looks super wrong. Okay, I'm gonna load it again and see what I get. Yep, okay, yeah, I messed up some. Like, this one right here is supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4, 3. Man, like, I super effed that up. That was horrible. Oh man, like, I have a 5.2 right before 5.2. It's supposed to be 4.3. Man. Oof. Maybe like an R button to like reset would be nice too, so I wouldn't have to do that all over again. Uh, nope, that was wrong. Whatever I did there, wrong. 3, 4, and what? That's what I have to say to that. That doesn't make any sense. Is it 4, 4? My counting's so off. No. Let me say, how did I get that? How did I get that? Wait, did I get that wrong? Maybe I didn't. Oh no, I'm just missing a block right here. Okay, and I'm just missing a couple blocks. One right here, that's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Ah, I'm missing a block for 3. Okay, everything's fine. I just am missing a block. And I'm not gonna rename all these. I'm just gonna add it to the end. Don't got time for that. I probably don't even have time to be typing in these names. I should find a better way to do that too. Reload my level. There we go. Now all I'll do is place a crate right here, and we'll be good. But it looks like I missed some up here, and I put one of these in the wrong place. This is like, say, 14, 13, 12. I put one at 12, 2, or 12, 1, which is wrong. So let's fix that. Yeah, there we go. 12.1 is supposed to be probably 12.3. Gonna blow my nose, excuse me. There we go. Okay, yep, just just 2 blocks that I messed up. Man, made it look like wildly like worse. Okay. Now I can work on the actual crates. So I have a crate at 2, 5. Yeah, that still kind of concerns me that that works, but whatever. I guess it still understands. 16. It's gonna be crate 1. Crates have a type of 1. So type 1. And where did I say it was? It was at 2, 5. 2, 5. There we go. Control V. There we go. Top 17. I'll caps you. Crate 2. we'll do this crate, which is at 7.5, type 1. 7.5. Boom. Top 18. Make sure it's an actual crate. Make sure it's an actual crate. Next crate is going to be 7.4 and then 7.3. Got it. Here. Or nope, I want that. There we go. Control C, Control V, crate 3. I guess the names don't matter, and if the names match, Godot does like to name mingle, which is convenient. Because in all honesty, I don't actually care what the names of these are. And this one's at 13.2. Okay. Oh. Let's go check out how this looks. And this looks like the level I drew. Absolutely. Do a side by side. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yes. Now I'm gonna play it. Oh, let's see what that said. Could not get pawn at grid position 2-5. 2-5 is, let's say 1-2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess there is some errors inside of my player code. There is. That's making the multiple players happen. Boop. Oop. Ooh. 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 Look at that. Yes. My first cooperative level that you can no longer exit. Hey. That's the next thing I can work on. I have a level 0, 0, and I can make a level -1, which is like your pause menu. But I think this would be a great time to go revisit my player code. The level, for the most part, is like, it's done. And I think it'll be a little intuitive. I think it'll work once I have other people like come and play it later. But for now, I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, I've been putting off the bug with the player for a long time, and I don't know if I want. I think it would be nice to have it the move the way that this player does, because I kind of like his shake also, instead of having you move where the block is. Actually, I actually don't think I don't think it matters, honestly, not for these blocks anyway. I mean, it matters that they have to be the same. Both players should be acting the same way. You shouldn't have anything different than the player that's unintended. So yeah, let's go check out my player code. Let's go ahead and close all of these out. I'll bring it back up as needed. Player, why you like be doing some crazy stuff? Action pressed. Ah, I see some failed copy paste code. And now I have a cool. Wait, no, I don't have a choice. I'm gonna choose this right here. This Control V. What's wrong with me? With is action pressed, it causes multiple that it to happen. It happened to multiple times on the process calls where I'm calling. Yeah, where I'm calling this get input. I'm doing it like every game loop, so like every 60th of a second that's being called, and that's why I'm getting like 5 or 6 of them at the same time. So now this should be better, or so I thought. That was wrong. That was wrong of me. Why would I think things got better when I figured out what part of the code I needed to change? I don't know. So, is action pressed? I'm gonna try it this way. Well, no, like they both are just pressed, and it still gave me the same thing. So, I really need to figure out like what's going wrong there. Control Z. It should just be is action just pressed, but I'm making a way more calls to this than I need to. I say I'm gonna disable my animation. I think. Yeah, I feel like it might have to do something with this right here. I'm gonna comment this out. I'm stopping my process and then starting it again. So let's check this out right here. Am I gonna continue to push those blocks like crazy? Yeah. Can I get pawn at? It definitely has something to do with the player moving. That's for sure. I don't know where. I'm making like way too many calls, and I'm not emitting a signal, but I am requesting a move. Maybe this should be in input. Input event. This only happens when an input event is called. So we'll see if I break anything as I keep changing my code. Oh yeah, that made it even worse. Like, look how many calls I got. Not a simple solution process. Delete. Okay. If yep. Get input returns the direction. If the direction's not valid, then return. And request let's go into the grid. Request move is what's actually calling the function that does that, which is could not get pawn at grid position 2-5 right here. So this is getting called. It's not finding that child in there. But it's down here, so we're trying to move over there. Update pawn position. So we tried to move the crate. I'm trying to check if there's a crate there. And we emit a signal that crate move. That's actually what tells the crate to move. I could. I could write more code and update pawn position, but I kind of like what it's doing, where it's only moving open cells, or maybe that's it. Pawn, start, and target. What I'm having the crate do is actually move. It's requesting a move. It's requesting move from the grid. Maybe I should just update the position of the crate instead. I could try that out. I have multiple ways I can do it, so I don't think it's getting mad here. Get pawn.
Okay, your cousin's guitar is very hard to play. It's from 1964. It's really hard to play.
I will also print out great.
Yo, I need a TikTok to just go normal and just end in that female and then orgasm. Just like suddenly out of nowhere. Yeah. Just
I'll
like
place
normal,
it.
Like this, do the e-boy thing, and just ending.
I'll place a print statement here to see if it is actually the crate that's causing this. Crate is causing a bug. So. And the multiple calls is kind of concerning. That it's happening with one player, not the other. So it's definitely like not the. What? Well, it's not the crate, that's for sure. Otherwise, it would have like done it a bunch of times. What else is call and get pawn? Whole. Hey, buddy.
Special guest.
Hey, yeah, welcome. Welcome. We have a special guest.
Special guest.
It's okay. I enjoy your music.
Oh wait, what? Okay. Oh, I suck at it. So I'm just here, just to be your guest.
So yeah, I have a bug where I'm grabbing the pawn in the wrong place. Yeah. So whenever
Big ass switch statement.
oh yeah, it's horrible. Well, good thing that's the only thing that it does is be a big ass switch statement.
Good.
Yeah. It controls like where everything moves on the board, and basically it's just, hey, you are this tile. Okay, emit a signal saying,
I am this tile.
yeah, that the player trying to move on this tile. So. Yeah, there you go. Control F, get pawn.
You have voice?
I do. I have a mic right here.
No, like, are you hearing stuff or are you just commentating?
I'm just commentating. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I don't have the voice-to-voice chat. I probably should set that up. I don't get too many viewers right now, so it wouldn't be like super bad or anything. Father.
No, I'm just
You cool.
Oh, I
I'm yours. I say we should jam together. I know to play those songs on the ukulele.
all these?
Yes.
I literally make. Oh, it's not my phone again. I'm just utterly destroying a stream. Like I always do.
Nah.
I think mega big project for a board simulation. Damn.
Ooh.
And you're writing the code right too, which is I look. I've done so many personal projects. Man, I streamed them as well.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like it's rough sometimes, and like I get off track a lot. And I'm like, oh, I want to do this now. Oh, I want to do this now. And it's taking me a lot to just sit down and be like, I gotta do just one thing, and that's it. Like today, I pretty much finished up that one thing, and now I'm looking more into this bug that I have. Because the players move differently, or they move the crates differently, and that's wrong.
Alright, gonna come back when I have a new original song.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't even know where to like. I kind of do know where to start. I feel like I should start in the player's code about moving this stuff, but I don't know. Like after that, like requesting move is like my next thing. Like maybe I think I should be putting more in this group, not in this Groupon, but in this Gitpon. I should be printing more information, but I don't have any information other than like where it is, where, yeah, and like I can't even print the name of the pawn that I was trying to get. Because I'm checking that like later. Maybe after this, well, I can print crate because crate was not there. And I guess I could pay attention more to like the position that I'm at before and the position that I'm at after, or like where the position of everything's going to be after, to see like what's really causing this to come up and causing this player to act just differently. So right now, player one, he's at position 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 2, 4. Write this down. In the crate, that means the crate is at one more down, so 2, 5. So I push the crate, and then it tries to get a pawn at 2, 5, which I presume is the player. Is trying to get the player to move him down, but he's one below. He's one above that, so he's still at 2, 4. Because the crate moved, so that was fine. So I think it does have to do with this update pawn position. Or, oh, it really doesn't at all, because I'm not even calling get pawn there. Update pawn position. Like, the only culprits are this. And no, so like the first time around, it gets it like What happens if I put a print statement up here? Like print. Crate is moving. Like. I'm looking to see what other functions are like getting called multiple times, because that's gonna help me find where this is happening. So crate is moving happens once, and then like a basically an infinite loop until the crate moves, but that only gets called once. And then maybe like my next thing I guess would be like in the player, like, well, I guess yeah, my animation player bump is being called, but I don't think that's happening with player 2. Maybe it is in my process for my player. Do you bump when you bump also and you have this happen? It is most wait, are you guys doing the same thing now? You guys are doing the same thing. Now I don't even know if I care. Okay. Or rather, now I think I can put is action pressed instead. Control V. Control V. Control V. Alright, alright. Okay, I think I found, well, it's definitely in my process, like, for my players. But, well, you shook for no reason. But they move with them now. Now I just gotta, like, get rid of all these get pawn stuff. I don't know if I like that, actually. I think it's definitely much faster to solve puzzles this way. Because you can just move. You kind of shake every time you like move. Or no, you don't. You stop shaking. Boop. I'm just calling that get pawn function way too many times and like not getting anything. Yeah, like that's really it. It works. And it does what it's intended to do. I'm just printing out that statement way too many times. I could try to work my code in a way to where, of course, there's nothing there. Like if it's open, fine, but I think that might be the better move. Like instead of getting rid of that, I still kind of want to be informed of that information. But if it's open, I don't care. I think that's the real thing. So yeah, for every child, if the child's get at the get pawn cell position, child position, then return the child. I'm gonna check the child type. There we go. Oh, that's for every child. So here, if the child dot, or I guess it wouldn't be here. Like this is fine. It's this else statement. Else, look at this. Else, and then a weird ass if statement. I never had to do it like this before. If the child's type is not empty, I guess I couldn't even get the child. There was no child. Like, what am I doing? I may just have to like get rid of that statement. Like, I may just have to like get rid of that statement. Like, it's meh. I'll write it down, like, as a note, and maybe I'll talk about it later to see like what's the best course for this. I'm running out of time. Running out of time. But I got a nice level made, and I potentially fixed a bug. Do kind of shake a little bit. And I have a puzzle that requires 2 people minimum to solve. Can you move each other? You sure can't. But if I move out of the way, you win. That's so good. Brings a tear to my eye. I could, I feel like, man, I feel like calming it out. I feel like right now that's the best action. I'll just comment it out. Everything will be okay. Everything works mostly as intended. Let me turn the sound up too. Analog output. So I have some sounds activated, I believe. Here, like the little clicky clack speakers. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it really. Ooh, like having a bump noise would be cool. And like some background music. I could work on music the next time and like maybe actually make music. Nah. But like definitely enhance what I have so far. Give some you win music. I like this thing needs sound effects out the butt. It just sounds so lifeless right now. But it's getting there. I'm happy for it too. Yay. I'm gonna say I guess go ahead and like wrap up the stream. I have 2 minutes left, and that's definitely not enough time to do anything else. Yeah, I kind of just want to play around in it now, I guess. Like, see how I can break this. Well, I know how I can break it. I know how I can make it unsolvable. Let's see. I could spend 5 minutes, even though I was just talking about how I really gotta hear my time. I could spend like 5 minutes making like a reset button so that, but then the players wouldn't know how to reach it. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna replay just for that. You can move all these blocks, but from player 1 he can't reach, but if the other player can reach, then it's broken. But if it's not, then I'm keeping it, sort of. I just have to do logic for crates. I don't think player 2 can get out of there either. Wait, he can. There we go. I broke it. There. Problem solved. This is something I wanted to not happen. So to do that, I have to check to make sure that when crates move into other crates, that they can't. And I wonder if I'm checking for that, like, at all. If it's a crate, I emit a signal crate move. So when am I passing into this? I I need to just check that the pawn is in a crate. That's it. But I'll do that next time. Pawn no crate. Where like crates shouldn't be able to push each other. Thank you for watching. I'll see you the next time, which will probably be tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by.